Are you struggling to catch bass right now as the leaves are falling and the weather is cooling down? In the fall time, it could be the most rewarding yet strugglingest time of year to catch a bass. But in today's video, I'm going to give you the top 5 baits that are proven to not only catch bass, but to catch big old mambo jumbo bass. Let's get into it. Now, in the fall, especially down south, we're mainly talking about down south. If you're up north, we're going to talk about you later this week. So I'm posting a video for northern people, because down south usually you still have some grass, but the grass is dying back, so it's not as healthy as it was, say, summertime. So when all the grass starts to die, the bass go to the next hard structure, and that is where the jig comes in. The bass go to the laydowns and the docks. So you could take this jig right here. It's a dirty jig, pitching jig right here, and you can pitch this, skip it around shallow, hard cover, because the bass are leaving the grass if it's dying. Now, if your grass is still flourishing, so pretty much if you're like above Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, all that stuff like that, if you're above that kind of line right there, you probably still have a lot of grass. But if you're above it, you probably are noticing your grass start to die off, or going down, I guess you could say. So, but if you still have grass, then a flipping jig or like punching can still work really well. But all around, skipping docks in the fall can be really good. And how to work this? So basically, you just kind of hop it along the bottom. You just kind of throw it under there. This time of the year, dragging is not the best option because the bass are active, because the water's cooling down and they're in the feeding mood to get ready for winter time. So hopping, acting like a bluegill, because a lot of bluegill right now, or there's lots of small bluegill, because out the whole summer they've been spawning, and now they're just getting big enough where the bass can start to eat those little baby bluegill, and they hang around those docks to hide from all those bass. So you just want to give little hops, little stop, maybe like a big hop sometimes works, but just skip it under there, a couple good hops, like you see in the underwater footage right now. That jig, that skirt just flares out, and those crawls. I want a really active crawls right here. And I have a rage crawl in the back. This is a dirty jig, skipping jig. If I didn't tour level skipping jig, if I didn't say this already. Links to all these baits I'm saying are in the description down below. So if you don't need to take notes or anything, you just go down in the description, copy the link, paste it in Google. And now let's get to the next bait if you have some lively grass. Another bait that is really good in the grass is the Lipless Crank right here. Now, as you can see, this bait does not have any eyes because I've caught so many dang fish on it already in the fall. Now, if you hear it, it's not a loud, rattly one, because this is the tungsten 2-tap right here. I like this bait because it doesn't give, like, as fishing gets more pressure and everything, the bass are getting used to those really loud Lipless crankbaits. So a low silenter, little harder knocking one can be really good to catch bass that are a little bit more pressured. And literally, you throw this out and wind it in over the grass flats. And if it gets, I want it like super close to the grass. I don't want it like ticking the grass. If it gets stuck in the grass, rip it out. This bait's really good for ripping out of grass and causing reaction strikes. If they're chasing shad, throw it in the shad mix. This bait can catch them in the shad. You could, like, if they're blowing up a shad and you see me, fire it out there and then just throw it in there. Because this time of year, personally, people say it's a really good topwater month, and it is. But fishing subsurface can be even better than topwater, because a lot of times the bigger bass are not on top; they're underneath the school of shad. So if you can get this bait underneath, you have a better chance of hooking a 10-pounder than you do throwing a walking bait over it. Now, you may get like a couple like giant blowouts from like 2-pounder stuff, but if you want to really catch that big one, you throw this under the shad school where those big ones are hanging out, waiting for those little ones to kill the shad and then come down and just eat it. So basically, yeah, this bait really good for catching bass. Throw it in the grass flats, throw it in shad. You can throw it in shad. Throw it in the shad school. As you see in the video, real good, real tight wobbling underwater footage right now, pretty good. You can, if you want to, you can let it sink all the way bottom, pop it up. But usually what I do, I just straight wind it back to me. Now let's get into bait numero 3. Bait number 3 is if they're like they're not busting on shad, but you want to get something more in the grass. You want something like more in the grass. You can get in the grass easier without getting snagged real good. And this is where the chatterbait comes in. Now, if you pay attention to bass fishing at all, you know that the thunder cricket now has a micro size or mini size. This is the half-ounce one. This is the one I use often, but the mini max, that's what it's called, I think, looks in. I think it's going to outperform these bigger chatterbaits because the bait in the fall or right now is a little bit smaller than usually around the rest of the time of the year because there's an abundance of small bait fish because the shad spawn happened a little bit ago, and the bait fish are starting to getting big enough to where they can get out of the grass and start schooling offshore and above the grass. Now that's when a chatterbait can come in, but the mini max is going to be even better than a full-size chatterbait because again, fishing pressure, bass have seen it more. I mean, this still can get a good vibration, like actually in underwater footage, the skirt vibrates. On the back of this thing, one of my favorites. Now, people use crawls, but I think the #1 chatterbait trailer is this car here, the Hog Farmer Spunk Shad. This is a 4.5, but if you're fishing with the mini max, I'll go down to a 3, 3.5, somewhere around there. And an electric shad. This is an electric shad color, really good. And pretty much this time of year, either a blue colored or natural colored jig or a shad colored other bait works really well. And down in the southeastern, mainly focusing on shad because there's a bunch of them. But don't forget the bluegill. They're still there and bass will still eat them. So your bluegill colored baits will still work, but shad baits work super well this time of year and going into winter. The next bait is one of my personal favorites, and that is the weightless fluke. Now, I love a weightless fluke. I can throw it in the shad schools if I see them schooling, but I love fishing it in grass. And this is not your ordinary fluke. This is the X-Zone Whiplash Shad, and it is very different than the fluke, okay? Where usually you throw a fluke and you work it real quick. And the fall doesn't have a lot of action. But trust me, this boy has action. I see an unlit floats right now. This boy has a shimmy when it's on there on the bottom. It has a little shimmy, like a little Cinco shimmy when it falls. It is literally probably one of the best flukes ever made. It's from X-Zone. It's kind of big, but trust me, all bass eat this. I've caught 5-pounder on this last time on the lake. So, I'm telling you, son, they eat this and they eat this good. Especially if you still have lively grass, working it through the grass, getting those big bass to come out of the grass, eat this thing, reaction style, let it go in the grass, pop it out, let it fall, Cinco shimmy back in there, and pop out of the grass. And trust me, you are going to get some big bass to come and slurp this thing right now. My favorite setup for this thing is taking BFS. This is a 6.6 medium. A little bit underpowered, but BFS reel. I have a Cast King Zufora, cheapest BFS reel in the world. It acts like a $100 reel. I'm telling you, this reel is $75, I'm pretty sure. And I didn't talk about the other combos for all the other baits, but pretty much you could throw them on a 7-1 medium heavy fast action rod on literally every single one, except the Lipless Crankbait. I like to throw like a 7-1 medium. That's probably one of my favorites one. All fast action reels, reel gear ratios like a 7s to 8s. So I'll throw probably 7s most all around. But I'm telling you, this right here, literally the best. It's okay. And my favorite is Cinco shimmies, and then whenever you pop it, it quickly turns, like it whips around. It's called the Whiplash Shad for a reason, son. Again, better than the fluke, really good bait for fall bass fishing. Mimic shad really well. Electric shad, red purple blue, perfect shad bait killers. And now, one of my personal favorite spinning reel, finesse kind of type baits is Strolling Small Minnows. Now right here I have this is a 1/8 ounce jig head from Guggen because I ran out of dirty jigs, guppy heads I usually use. But this right here is the Spunk Shad. And now the Spunk Shad, this Spunk Shad right here is 2 inches long. This is the best bait, okay? It's how I fish. I throw it over the grass and just work it, stroll it right over the grass, and trust me, crappie, small bass, big bass, bluegill, shoot, catfish will come and eat this bait. Literally, this bait will catch any and all fish if you just stroll this little thing, just jig and minnow, You don't even need forward facing. I don't have forward facing, and I stinking slap bass on this little bait. Just throw it out there over the grass, shake it, shake it, shake it, reel in real good, and trust me, boys, big bass, small bass, crappie, all fish will come and eat this bait. Favorite carbo? No, 7.2, medium light, extra fast. I like the soft tip in the rod, but extra backbone. I want this tip waving. I want this tip stinking, moving back and forth super quick. Real Gyra Fugo right here. I need to clean this reel. It's really dirty. I've caught lots and lots of pond bass on this thing. And with that Fugo, 2,500 size XXXH with this the faster one, 6:2-to-1 gear ratio. 10-pound braid, 10-pound leader, something like that. 6-pound braid if you fish are finessey. I'm telling you, small little baits, mimicking those small little bait fish, will catch them. And that's as a wrap for fall bass fishing. I'm telling you, son, it is fun fishing in the dang fall. You can catch big old bass pretty much any way you want it. You can fish them offshore, you can fish them close to shore. You can catch them in the grass now if you're still there. But next week, or not next week, a couple days later, I'll post a video for the northern half of the country of how to catch bass in the fall for them. But if you all enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. Peace out, catch a big one. Peace.